Okay, just going to have a little attempt here at explaining IFS in a brief, clear way. Something, you can explain to clients with. I'm not reading this off anything. I'm just doing it as a off-the-cuff kind of thing. So we have a body, and say, for example, we put our attention to our nose. We can bring our attention to our nose, and we can feel our nose. If it's difficult to just put our attention to our nose and feel our nose, might sniff, and you get a sense of your nose, or you could touch it to get a sense of your nose, or your ear, or your finger, or a different finger, or your knee. The old nursery rhymes. Different parts of your body. We know they're different systems. A finger is a different system to our nose, and our nose is a different system to our eye, and we have two different eyes. They might feel a bit similar, but we know they're different systems. So also in our body, we have skin and sensations around our body, just bodily sensations. We don't necessarily have to touch our body. You might feel cold, you might feel warmth, you might feel the wind touch us, or our clothing on us, for example, or dirt. You might feel dirty, you might feel sweaty. All these different bodily sensations. But also in our body, we have emotions and feelings. And if we get stressed, something might feel differently to when we're feeling happy. Or if we're sad. Or if someone said this, it might bring up certain memories. Or if someone said that, it might bring up different memories with different emotive sensations that land in all around our body. For example, if someone directs me to my childhood on the playground, I might remember someone wanting to fight me at about 7 years old or something, and I got scared, or that I didn't get hurt, so a part of me then come up and changed everything and got me to stand big for myself. So every different emotional part of us is what we call a protector, and those ones that once life gets a bit more stressed, or we think it's going to be stressed, or we think we're going to feel that and we get a bit scared, or whatever's coming up, and something more extreme and more reactive comes up, we call those parts of us firefighters. They're more reactive, but generally they protect us. They're helping us manage our day by day, just getting on. Parts of us that help us do the dishes, parts of us that help us do the clothes, do the finances, different systems in our system. So managing parts of us, just generally managing. Like I said, if things get a bit more stressed, some more extreme parts come up. Now, in our body, all this is held. All the feelings and emotions are all held in the body. With the body of feelings too, all different systems, different parts of our system. Now, all the emotive parts of us are the protectors, the managers, and the firefighting, more extreme ones, are all protecting what we call the exiles. So that might have been a part of us that we might have asked this, or wanted to do this, or wanted to do that, or and over time over time, we've asked different people, we've tried to do this or tried to do that, and something about us in the system around us has denied it or rejected it time and time and time again, and then that part of you just collapses and gives up and goes into exile. Another part of you steps up and said, right, we're not doing that again, we'll do this now instead. If anyone says it that's that part of you that feels wounded, we'll do this. So there's different parts of us, different attitudes come up to play a role in life to look after you. And we know this. Sometimes we're talking with people and they'll say, oh, no, don't go there. No. But your empathy is, you can sense something's going on. And you say, oh, okay, I can feel that's difficult for you. And then they're looking at you and, you can sense there's something there. So in IFS terms, that's what we call a protector protecting a wounded part, an exile. We call it an exile. So this whole system, all these different parts performing different roles, the different parts might come into play when you meet Fred. You might start acting like this and being like this because this is how you are with Fred. This is the relational rules with Fred. But if you go and see Zandra, a different bunch of parts might come into play. And then if you go and see your mum, different bunch of parts of you might come into play. Sandra or Fred, when they see you with your mum, might go, that isn't how I know that person. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I've had friends come and stay with me, and then they've asked, I remember a long time ago actually, this one is, asked to use my phone when I had a landline, and as soon as they got on the phone, their voice completely changed. Speaking with different people, different parts of them come into play associated with those people. So this is just a way of describing parts, different systems in and about our body. One person is a different system to another person. So those people might be all parts of the same system, a group of people all known for doing this or that, like a genre of music or something like that. They're all parts or participants of the system. In the same way, a part of us is a participant of our inner world. So this is why it's called internal family systems. But everything that we experience in and our body, all the emotions, all the sensations, our body itself is all held up on a platform of existence. This platform of existence is what IFS calls self. So it's the foundation, the essence, the source resource that is unbreakable, the indomitable spirit that is both particle inside you, the you that knows you, the you that knows you have a foot, the you that knows you have anger, the you that knows you feel vulnerable or scared or remembers this, the you that's witnessing that, the particle you. But the self also extends in a wave much more vastly, like into the non-dual, right? The universe that holds everything. So it's the spirit, it's the you that is absolutely clear, unfazed, in the zone, relaxed, calm, naturally have compassion, and is courageous, You know, sometimes, oh God, one way I remember this was, I can remember being up a ladder one day working on a house, and something fell off the roof, and I could just see it coming towards me, and I was up this ladder, and I was like, oh gosh, what's going to happen? This part of me was like, got scared, worried, and give me all these visualizations of it hitting me on the head, knocking me off the ladder, and me falling off the ladder. And something just come up, and I was like really calm, and it was like I had all the time in the world just to look up and move this object coming down out of the way. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's gone. And I was just so relaxed, calm in this zone. And I just like calmly got down the ladder and thought, whew, that was lucky. Wow. And then it's like, gosh, wow, you know, start to think about it, and then all those parts come back in. Well, this could have happened, that could have happened. So this you that just kind of is there, clear, aware, total aware presence. So from that place is how we go to different parts of our emotive system to heal them. That essence brings calm to the system. So in a sense, things that could have happened to us, difficult experiences, traumatic experiences, they could be like squash. In the UK we call it squash, this concentrated liquid like orange concentrate or lemon concentrate or lime concentrate. It's concentrated into a syrup, so it's very, very strong. So sometimes our emotion, raw emotion connected with certain memories and meaning of what happened, could be traumatic, and it might convince us that it's bigger than us. But that might be then like a squash, but some squash, you might be in its raw, neat form, you might be able to have a sip, and it's like, gosh, that's just way, 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 way too strong. I can't bear it. No. But other flavors, you might get a sip of it, not the whole bottle. You might just get a sip, yeah, and it might be bearable, and you might think, gosh, that is really strong, but I kind of like it. So there's a different variation with different squashes, so different emotions, different feelings that we experience. But you know that if you get water and put some of this concentrate in a glass, and then you top it up with water to the level that is appropriate for your taste, that dilution of water brings that concentrate to something that is okay. It's okay, it's easier to experience. So in that very same way, that's how self-energy, when we connect to that unified field of self-energy, all that calm nature, that clarity, that compassion, it's like, and we go to the raw places of the psyche. It's like the squash in its concentrated form when we bring the water to the squash. So it makes it easier to experience. So that's pretty much how IFS works. So I'll just leave it there, and I hope that's useful, and I hope I've made it clear. One of my clients asked me to do this, so I'm just gonna kind of honor that. And I just also seen a post on a social media group requesting this kind of thing, so those two things made me do this. So I hope it's useful. All the best. Go well.